What is going on, my YouTube family? Thank you for tuning in today. I'm so happy to be here. I just want to ask you guys a quick question. Do you prefer when I shoot outside, or do you like when I shoot inside? Or to make the video a little bit better, when I show you guys how beautiful this beach is down here in Naples? Let me know, leave it down in the comments below. But the reason I'm making this video today, guys, is because I am so fed up with real estate. Not because there aren't any deals out there right now, because obviously we're all going through that same pain, the same struggle, but real estate is not what it used to be. I'm focusing my attention more on other things right now, because the way that real estate is at the moment right now just makes me kind of reconsider where I want to go in the future with my investments. Do I think that real estate won't ever be a part of my life? Well, absolutely not. Keeping some real estate is good, but the type of idea I had for myself in the past, where I wanted to own hundreds of units and things of that nature, that's not going to be a thing for me anymore, because it's very difficult to manage this much inventory. I'm telling you right now, when you have more than just a few properties, you're always constantly battling with issues with the properties, with tenants, with taxes, with snow now, because as you guys know, a lot of my properties are back in New Jersey. I mean, there's always something to do. And it seems like when your focus is going in one direction and you've got all of these anchors that are constantly giving you more work to do and just giving you kind of like part-time jobs, even though I do have great management. Thank you so much, Joelle. You're an awesome manager. Even though I know you hate it, thank you so much for always being there and helping me out. But what I'm saying, guys, is that it's very hard to scale this kind of stuff, and it requires a lot of manpower to do that. So do I have an alternative? I am so glad that you asked. And absolutely, what kind of a financial education teacher would I be if I didn't have an alternative to real estate? So what I'm doing is this: I'm diversifying a lot more than I used to before, because I used to be 100% all in on real estate, but it doesn't seem to be the way of the future for me, because it feels like I'm wearing like a 100-pound lead vest. It's holding me down. And now I've been unloading some of these properties. I've been trying to sell a few so I can kind of like cleanse my plate of all this heaviness that I have and diversify into other things. But selling these properties, I tell you, it used to be very hard to get a good buyer. Now we've got tons of buyers in the market, but it seems like the buyers out there are complete flakes. They flake out of deals all the time. And it's very hard to pull your money out when you own real estate. I know there's some people who are watching this who are going to disagree with me, and I welcome all the hate comments. If you disagree with me, please leave it down below. I'd love to address it, your point of view on it, because this is what this is. This is a discussion. So the reason I feel that way is because when you need to pull money out because there's an opportunity at hand, it's very difficult when you own nothing but real estate. Because if you want to refinance, guess what? If you're not a W-2 employee that has a set check every week or every month, then it's going to be very difficult for a bank to give you a loan. Because when you're self-employed, especially now, because of all the COVID overlays, it's been very difficult to refinance. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, there's some non-QM products out there. Those products don't need you to provide as much information. But remember what happened during the pandemic? Nobody was lending you anything at all. So what I wanted to do now is kind of just keep just the best ones, the cherries, and just get rid of everything else that's been giving me problems. And with loosening up this extra money, now I want to diversify. I want to invest more in myself and into my business. I want to invest more into the market, but I still have an appetite for real estate. So how am I going to quench my appetite if I don't want to buy any more real estate? Well, what I've been doing in the past is I've been doing this for the last few months, is I've been buying into real estate investment trusts, or REITs as they're called. And I'm doing one in particular. I'll tell you more about it towards the end of this video. But what I love about it is that they're still doing the core business that I am into, which is buying, fixing, renovating, and then renting out. But they're doing all the heavy lifting. I don't get any of the phone calls. I don't get any of the repair questions. I don't get any of that. But what's great about it is at the end of every quarter, I'm still getting that dividend income. They're sending me money every quarter, plus the value of the stock that I have in that company could go up, and it has been going up, which is great. So I'm getting the appreciation, and I'm getting the best kind of income there is out there, which is dividend income. Now, if you guys don't know what dividend income is, it's basically when you get money for investing into something, you get it the most passive way possible. You're actually taxed at the very lowest scale when you get money that way. So obviously we can't live off of just our stocks, but when we're getting dividends every month, and they're high dividends, they're anywhere between 5 to 7%. Sometimes if on some private REITs, you might get up to 12% on dividend income. So that's where I'm looking to diversify into. Obviously, can't get out of real estate altogether because I do love it. And I'm saying this now because there's no deals to be had in the market, but I'm pretty sure in 2021 or 2022, if I do see a nice juicy deal, I'll probably buy it, but I'm gonna be buying different kinds of properties. I don't see myself buying these multifamilies or these big unit properties anymore, because with those types of properties and those types of tenants, there seems to be always more issues and always more evictions. We always seem to have more repairs that need to be done all the time, even if the property is brand new. But it seems to me like when I get the single family homes and I rent them in better neighborhoods, B neighborhoods or A neighborhoods, I don't have any issues at all. I actually rented a house to someone before I left New Jersey, and the person is, I'm telling you, I haven't heard a peep from them yet. They paid the full year in advance before I left, and not only that, but they actually got my house featured on a TV show, or actually on the news, because they decorated for Christmas so nice that they actually had a camera crew come out and film it. It was incredible. It was crazy. So I think in the future what I'm going to do is, yes, I'm going to diversify into other things, but when I do go back into real estate, which will be much later in the future because I don't see too many deals in the market right now, what I'll do is I'm just going to buy in A-class neighborhoods or B neighborhoods at the very worst. So I want to know what you guys think about it. Do you think you'll be also taking a break off of real estate? Because I know that some people who are going to be watching this are probably just brand new and fresh into getting in real estate, and you might be gung-ho, and maybe you took a program, or maybe you've listened to a couple of YouTube videos and everyone's telling you how easy it is to either wholesale or to buy, fix, and flip. And if someone's telling you right now that they're crushing it in real estate, I don't know too many people that are. Hey guys, do you want to get in?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Sorry.
It's about time I switch angles anyway. And don't even get me started when it comes to permits and construction. It seems like everyone in the world is working against you when you're trying to just do the right thing. You buy a house, it takes forever for the cities to issue you permits. Once you do get permits, then you gotta find a contractor that's not gonna rip you off. And then once you play that balancing act, you gotta call the city back to your house to inspect the place, and it's never right. They come back and they find new things almost every single time. The whole process of renovating a house shouldn't take any more than 60 days, but sometimes it takes up to a year, if not longer. Now, I don't wanna sound ungrateful because real estate has been really good to me and my family. It's given me the start that I definitely needed in life, and it took me from being completely broke to being able to just have options in life now. So right now I'm at the point in my life where I just want to make things more simple. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. Let me know how you guys feel about it. I know some people are definitely on the opposite road. They're looking to get into more real estate deals. But for me, I feel like the money could be better invested in other places. And I also feel like real estate right now, there's not a huge opportunity in it. There'll probably be a time which I'm going to be interested in real estate again, but that time is not right now. I'm probably going to be looking into it a lot deeper, probably a couple years from now, because there will be a cycle in which real estate will be stupid cheap. And at that point in time, that's when we need to revisit it, because the juice has to be worth the squeeze. Face it, real estate prices are super high right now. I'd be dumb not to sell some of my properties. And by me doing that, I'm going to alleviate a lot of stress and concern as well. And I need that because I've been going through nothing but stress for the last decade or so, because real estate, that's what the definition of real estate is. It gives you stress, gives you gray hair. In my case, it made me lose my hair. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Are you missing a kid?
Open magazine.
So that's just my take on it. How do you guys feel about it? Do you have experience in real estate? Are you dying to get into real estate but just haven't found the right deal yet? Have people been telling you there's deals out there and they're killing it, and you probably don't believe them because it doesn't make much sense? Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Real estate does have some great advantages, so don't completely roast me. And the way I approach real estate is probably the best way to do it, which is long-term investing. If you're going to do anything in investing, it should be long-term, because any of that short-term stuff is basically just gambling. But with the long-term investing, what I would like to do is rent properties. That's what I've always done in the past. And with that income, it comes in as passive income also. So you're taxed at the very lowest scale as well. So I do think that that's one of the best things that real estate has to offer. Not only that, but you're able to write off the interest, the property taxes, and a lot of things that help you offset your income. So that's why I'm telling you, it's not bad to have real estate, but when you're this invested in just one asset class, I think that it will drive anyone crazy. So for myself, my ultimate goal is to have about 33% real estate, 33% cash, and 33% stocks. I'm trying to get to that very even place. But I think the reason why I'm feeling so kind of stressed out about real estate is because when you do anything for a long period of time, you definitely want to change, and everything that goes wrong, you see it as kind of like, oh, this is so annoying. This feels like extra work that I don't need, especially because I'm trying to build out this YouTube channel. And every time it seems like, all right, today I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna record, I'm gonna edit, I'm gonna do all these things today. And then you start getting phone calls from contractors, you get phone calls from tenants, you get phone calls from just about everyone, your property manager, and it just never stops. So to me at this point in my life, it seems like it's more of a hindrance. It feels like it's getting in my way for the other things that I want to do that I know will ultimately bring in more happiness and more money. And once that money does come in, I do think that I'm going to invest in things that are way more hands-off, even though I may make less money in the interim, but in the long run, I know I'll make it up with productivity, with quality of life, and I won't be as stressed out because there's always something going on. Now, if you have a team that's helping you out with this stuff, then that's great. I used to have something like that set up too, but that's also another issue that you have, is that when you hire people, everyone's great in the beginning, and everyone tells you, that what's going wrong and what's happening, and they're always eager to learn. But as time goes by, those people care less and less and less, and they start treating it just like a job, like a 9 to 5, and they could care less if a tenant paid, they can care less if a property is taking forever to get renovated. They don't really care about your well-being because it's not their money. If their compensation was completely comprised of a percentage of the success you had, then I'm sure it would be different. So that's why it got a little frustrating to me. And I know there's a lot of people I watch and I see out there who do all the stuff on their own. And a lot of people ask them, why do you do it on your own? Why do you do it on your own? It's just because no one cares as much as you do. But for me, it just seemed like you couldn't find someone. It's hard to find people that you can trust. And then if you hire someone that you can trust, that has experience, it's going to be very expensive and it's going to cut into your bottom line. So instead of doing that, why not just let someone else do the heavy lifting for you? Why not just invest in things that you can divest out of, things you can sell like that? You just swipe up or click trade, and then you can sell whatever asset that you're holding on to, instead of having to put the house on the market, wait for a buyer, and then once you get a multitude of buyers, you got people threatening you because you didn't accept their offer. And then once you do accept someone's offer, and then what happens? The home underappraises, and then they're kicking and screaming about the home inspection, and then it takes them months to get a mortgage, and then once they do get a mortgage, then they have other issues with something else that popped up on their credit, and before you know it, they can't buy your house. Then you got to go put it back on the market. I know I sound like I'm complaining here, guys, but I'm just telling you the reality, the real side of real estate that most of you guys don't see. You only see the gurus telling you that it's all blue skies and you can make so much money. And don't get me wrong, guys, you can make a lot of money. And when I do get back into real estate, I'm going to pick my properties much wiser, which means that I'm only going to go into better neighborhoods, single family homes, or really big developments. So for instance, a 20 or 30 unit property where you can actually have someone in-house there, they can take care of all the day-to-day issues. That's something more appealing to me, because if you're gonna have a headache, you might as well have a big headache instead of having 20 small headaches spread out all around. And now I understand exactly what investors used to talk about when they used to say that. And I used to think to myself, yeah, but my 10 headaches that are spread out all over the place make me a better return than your one headache over there. Not by much, but it would make me more money. So the other thing that I didn't realize too is that commercial real estate, you can make it more valuable a lot easier than you can residential real estate by just raising the rents. So for me, I'm learning a lot. And I feel like that's the best teacher in life, guys, is just going through it, experiencing it, and going through different chapters and figuring out what worked for you and what didn't work for you, what you could take out, what you could put back in, and what makes you the most money, what moves that needle, what moves it the quickest, what moves it the most. And then just don't do any of the stuff that doesn't serve you, the stuff that doesn't really make you any money, the stuff that doesn't make you happy especially. So now I'm starting to see that that's where my life is headed, and in the direction where, the things that I don't enjoy doing, I'm just enjoying now saying no, because I've always struggled with that in my life. Is I've always say yes to everything, yes, 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 yes. And I even tell people sometimes, yes, I'll get into this deal with you, even though I knew it wasn't the right deal for me, but I just said, you know what, you never know, this could be a good opportunity for me. I've purchased homes, guys, that I didn't want to purchase just to save my agent's asses, to save my client's asses, and I'm the one who paid the price for it because it brought me nightmares, stress, headaches. And another thing that most people won't tell you is that if you become a real estate investor, your bank account is always teetering on the border of being negative, always. And anyone who tells you different is lying to you, because when you're renovating a property, you will easily spend $100,000, $200,000 renovating it. And most times the bank is not giving you that money to get all that work done, so you got to find it somewhere. So you're stealing from this account to pay that account, to pay for this contractor, to pay for those materials, and it just becomes a complete nightmare for your accountant. It becomes a disaster for you to remember where you took money from, and I don't want to go through that anymore. And now that I've been taking it easy on the investing, my life is just so less complicated. I feel like £1,000,000 pounds lighter. If you guys are investors and you know what I'm talking about, you feel my struggle, let me know. Give this video a like. Let me know down below in the comments what your nightmare stories have been like in real estate. I know a lot of my buddies that are in real estate, they're looking to do different things too, because it just seems that real estate, not only is it not that lucrative right now because there's not as many opportunities, but they also want to change. It seems like, you know, we're all maturing and growing up in this business, in this industry, and now we're looking to see where it is that we can, you know, put our eggs, basically. What basket can we put it in to make sure that we're ready for that next chapter? For myself, I personally think there's a lot of opportunities in the stock market, and it's not just because 2020 has been an amazing year for stocks. There are definitely a lot of companies that are out there that I believe in, that I know will do well, and if they don't do well, oh, you know, that's okay too, because the way I invest, guys, is the way I always educate you guys to invest, is wait it out for the long run, because in the short term, everybody's right. If they tell you the stock's going up or if it's going down, they're probably going to be right, because in the short term, stocks go crazy, but in the long term, things always level out. And if they've got a good company with a good model and a good structure and good management, then you're in good hands. You'll make some money. If you can't tell yet, I put together this video just off the top of my head. I didn't script it out at all. I just wanted to have this moment with you guys and just tell you how I'm feeling recently about the changes. And I know I talk a lot about business. I don't get too personal, but I will tell you that personally, I've been feeling a lot better now that I don't have all that heaviness and all that stress on my shoulders. If you guys are new to the channel, let me know what you want me to cover here. And if you guys are enjoying these outdoor videos, let me know too, so I can continue making these. It seems like whenever I do one out here, it gets a little bit more views. So if that's what you guys want to see, just let me know, and I'll take you all around Southern Florida, Southern West Florida, wherever I go. I'll make videos for you guys outdoors so you guys can get a little bit of the sunshine, because I know in a lot of parts of the world and a lot of parts of the country, it's getting cold. If it's not snowing already, it's on its way. And here it's 75 on December 11th? It's 75 degrees, 80 degrees, December 11th, and I'm on the beach, and so are a lot of other people if you can't see. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and we'll see you on the next video.